Well, we're still here behind the scenes at the Caramoo rehearsal, getting ready for the opening of the production, The Color Purple. Norma is still here.
Yes.
I'm still here. And guess who's joining us now? Mr. Ed Ridley. Thank you for taking a few minutes from your busy schedule to talk with us about your part in this fabulous production called The Color Purple.
My pleasure.
And as you see the lovely image of Ed, you'll realize that you know him from many, many, many theater productions around and about town, because you are a musical fixture here in town. Tell us a little about your background, what you've done as a pianist here.
Well, I came to Cleveland in '87, and actually that marked my whole season as being a professional musician.
I see.
And I had other jobs before, but moving to Cleveland marked the time where every job I've done since then has been music, either teaching, playing, theater, recordings, performances, nightclubs, churches, all of it.
All of it, like I said.
Well, we know the church had to ease in there now.
Yeah.
Because you are a fixture around, he's kind of like a modern day Duke Jenkins and some of those guys. It's just, in fact, have you ever worked with Duke?
I never did. I mean, I heard of his legend. And I've actually, other people, when they talked about somebody working, they would compare me to him, even though I never had a chance to meet him.
Okay, have you ever worked with the Backus, Eddie Senior and Junior at all?
I've worked with Junior, and I have great respect for Senior.
Oh, yes.
I've only stood next to him in a photo that we had where we did the Great Day of Cleveland to imitate the Harlem photo.
Yes.
And I was standing next to him. I said, wow, I'm next to
Eddie Backus Senior. Yes.
Yeah. So that was a highlight for me.
Of course.
He doesn't know that, but yes.
Yeah, and I understand we were talking, now you hear the noise again, it's called rehearsal in the background, but you and I were talking earlier before that we started taping that you also have another special project in development. You're cutting a couple of CDs.
Yes,
Tell us about
actually,
that.
I'm recording two projects right now. I'm doing one with a smooth jazz group, Herb Wilborn and Strut.
Yes.
So
he's another fixture.
So I'm part of that band, and we're working on the CD as we speak, and my church is doing a CD of praise and worship music.
Okay, and what's your church?
Christian Fellowship Center.
Okay, so folks will know, they can come. Are you the music director for Sundays as well?
Yes,
so they can come get a sample of your musical genius on Sundays too. Okay, yes, now you're with The Color Purple, your musical director, and Sherilyn Malvin Farabee. I was teasing and talking about how Cheryl and I were little over at St. Mark's Presbyterian. The year before last. When she was Cheryl and Malvin and growing up in St. Mark's Presbyterian. So, and how does Sherilyn work with you on this particular production?
Sherilyn is like my right arm and my kidney.
Okay. This has been so much fun. We've had more technical issues. I have had more choking, coughing issues trying to get this show taped. But at least now we think we even got a better sound quality, but we're going to find out shortly. But we were talking about you and Sherilyn working together as a team because you are just so busy with so many other projects.
Well, and she is also.
Oh, but heavens, yes. I mean, she's another fixture around town.
Absolutely.
Is she still a wild child?
Well, I don't know anything about
that. I don't know if we could stand it if she kind of got sort of normal, you know. I guess that wouldn't happen. So when you work as a team, how do you divvy up your assignments, your duties? I'll do this if you'll do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, really the philosophy throughout the whole rehearsal process has been divide and conquer. And example, I may say, I'm going to work with a large cast. Can you pull several people to the side so that I can deal with a larger group, and then we can get more things done. Then there are other times where we may work just the opposite. Some of the nights that I've had to teach, she would be here filling in while I do what I have to do, and when I come back the next night, I get to be surprised by all of the wonderful things that she's
That have
doing.
happened,
Yeah.
yes. Now, you mentioned teaching. Let's interject for just a minute.
All right.
What do you actually teach? And are you at Tri-C,
Yes,
Metro?
I'm at, well, I've taught at all three campuses.
Yes.
As an adjunct, I'm all over the place. This
Of course.
semester, I've been with Tri-C 10 years,
Mhm.
and this semester I'm at East and West.
And you're teaching basic piano?
Well, actually,
or-
I've taught piano lessons, but I'm teaching class, this semester I'm teaching Survey of African American Music History,
Oh, my.
and I'm teaching MIDI technology.
Okay.
Okay, I've had my share of pretty much a little bit of everything. A lot of the tech courses and the history courses,
Mhm.
class voice and music business,
Mhm.
as well as lessons.
Okay, and now you as a pianist, as an artist, you work with both old-fashioned, non-electronic pianos
Yes,
as well as all this
absolutely,
updated techno
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
You mean the ones that got the rollers on?
You play automatically.
I've played some uprights. I've even examined some of the player pianos.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, actually, that's a prototype of the technology that we have today.
Yeah.
I can try to explain to students how, even though that was done at the turn of the century, how there's a connection to a lot of the synthesizers that we work today.
Today, yeah. Speaking of turn of the century, and you, of course, are a student of music as well as a teacher and performer, who are some of your inspirations? Who do you look to in the music industry that inspire you, or the work they do just makes you
Oh,
crazy?
wow.
Do you have a couple of examples? I know there could be thousands, so to
Yeah,
speak.
okay.
So to speak,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, producers, I would say somebody like Quincy Jones.
Oh God, yes.
Okay, just because of the diverse amount, that broad range of musicality that he has.
Yes, yes.
I mean, his hand could be in anything and it'll just turn to gold. Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Jazz, Herbie Hancock.
Oh my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you are playing for yourself just to enjoy, what do you play when you're just playing for it?
I'm liable to play anything. I mean, one of my favorite pianists is Art Tatum.
Oh, you go back.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go back.
Yeah, I mean, just the sum of jazz piano is Art Tatum. Just the instrument, period.
How about Earl Garden?
Oh, Earl Garner, yes, yes. Earl Garner, Hank Jones, Earl Hines,
Yeah.
Fats Waller, James P. Johnson, Willie the Lion Smith, all
All
those guys.
those, yes.
Yeah, I listen to all of those guys. Yeah.
Now, where are you originally from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I was born in Newport News, Ella Fitzgerald's birthplace.
Oh, yes.
And raised in Duke Ellington.
All
Wait,
right,
okay. So they were hands-on, close inspirations
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
You know, you mentioned Duke Ellington. Did you know that he did a concert here at Caramo some years ago? And I worked backstage on that production, and it was him and Carmen McRae.
Carmen
Yeah,
McRae.
Carmen
Oh,
McRae,
yeah.
you know, and we were falling over
I'm a big fan
ourselves
of
trying to
hers
work
as well.
backstage, for them. It was a wonderful experience. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of time because between all of our technical issues, and you got to get back to rehearsal,
Yeah.
let me ask you a couple of parting words. You are a musician, a pianist, you're a teacher, lecturer, you're all kinds of things. You work all around in all kinds of genre.
Yeah.
And we are a teaching institution
Yes.
as well. And so we'd like our guest artists to kind of give some advice or encouragement or some words of wisdom. So if you were working with some of your young people or people aspiring to get into this industry, what would you suggest that
Well,
they think about?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot to think about, but I'd say, one, to really take the studying of your craft seriously.
Oh, that's so old school.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
man.
to really
You-
study.
Yeah.
But here's a creative thing that I'd like to share that's just kind of dawned on me over the years. So many creative, especially younger people, are under this illusion that to be original, they can't listen to anyone.
Oh.
And I would say that what I've discovered over the years, that it's important to absorb all that's there before you can discover what's not there.
What's not
Yeah.
And what's not there is what you can then
Bring to
deliver.
it, yes.
But if you don't really study all of the things that happened before you, you're liable to reinvent the wheel.
Okay, yeah,
How
especially
about
like,
your contact information if
Yeah.
you want to get that too?
because you're a freelance agent, so
Yeah.
you book around town. Do you do guest lectures as well, or is it mostly guest artist appearances?
I've done all of the above. I've done clinics
Well,
and
how
workshops.
can-
I can be reached at my website, ed@edridley.com.
ed@edridley,
.com.
RIDLEY.com. And with that, my dear, we are going to begin to wrap this segment so you can get back to rehearsal. And I sincerely hope that we get a chance to shoot, a few snippets. And we wish you much success.
Yeah.
And you ever play in Nighttown anytime recently, or coming up?
I've been in Nighttown off and on over the years. I don't have anything right in the next few weeks or so. I'll be at House of Blues Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
By yourself or with an ensemble?
I'll be with a bunch of other teachers from Tri-C.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you can follow Ed around town with all his upcoming gigs and special events. And so now we are going to let him go back to rehearsal, and we're going to hopefully catch up with Terrence Spivey, the artistic director, again, and see what we're going to do next as we begin to close out this edition of Wake Up and Live with the Arts. But don't go away, we'll be right back.
Right back.